Hi guys, it's the Floopy Fam channel, whatever, it's and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be telling you a story I kind of want to bury deep in the sand, but we're going to talk about it today, finally. And it's still crazy that this happened, and especially when you live near a big city. But anyway, let's get into the video. So I worked for a very small fast food chain, and it was so small that it only had like a couple stores in the whole state of Texas. Let's just say that. So, and it was not very well known. And when it was known for bad customer service and not very good people that came in there, and very sketch. And yeah, that's how it was. And yeah, so there was this particular one day where it was busy out of nowhere, and since we were a low income store, we didn't have enough people. We didn't put enough people on clock because we didn't want to waste our labor or whatever it was. And this was before I was a manager at that store. Yes, I was manager for this crazy store. But there was this particular coworker nobody liked. And I tried to be friends with the guy because I want to, engage and not feel like they're alone, when working. And I tried to be friends. Yeah, that's how I am. I'm a friendly, outgoing person, but then not. Anyway, so this guy, he had a mental illness. Fair warning, he had a mental illness, but leading up to this, he would say weird things out of blue. He would stare like there was somebody else in the room, or they kind of talk to somebody else, and we're like, who you're talking to? He's like, oh, I'm just talking to myself. And I'm like, okay, this is really strange. And then he said he had schizophrenia. I was like, oh, okay, so no big deal, mental illness, but apparently he hasn't been taking his medicine. This is how I find out. My manager at the time, his name, I don't know, I'm not going to say his name, but let's just say that manager. At the time, he was really cool. Really cool. I was like, he told me that this guy we're going to call Banana, he told me that Banana said to him that he said, I have voices in my head that want to kill you, but I have medication for this that prevents me from doing that, and prevents from this voice speaking to me. And he's like, oh, did you take your medicine today? He's like, no. That's a little disarming, so somebody can get stabbed at work. And it could be either one of us. It's not me, because I'm actually nice to the dude, but he gives me attitude, and and he's like, oh, you should go out with me. And I'm like, nah, not my type. Nope, not. Don't even go there, friend. So anyway, and there's a lot of things he said to people, weird stuff. He would, just seem very, very bizarre. So, and we exchanged phone numbers, we talked, and he tried to get me to go out with other friends, and I'm like, there were people I didn't know, and I'm like, I don't trust that. And he was giving me very texts that are not YouTube friendly, and just really texting kind of jokingly about it, but it's not a joke, because I find it offensive. That's sexual harassment through text. So anyway, Needless to say though, I got mad at the dude and he said, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it again. And when they do that and they're actually genuine about it, I don't report that. But like, you know. Anyway, so busy day. Not enough people to hire like for this day. It was a weekday, wacky Wednesday, whatever you want to call it. I was like, he was on drive-through taking orders. I was online making food and taking orders up front and helping my boss. My boss was absolutely amazing. I loved him. He was a character. Everybody loved him in that store. But so needless to say though, I noticed something. I noticed him getting very, very frustrated with the customers, and he like takes off his headset and he said, these bitches, excuse my language, these bitches are not gonna get me without a bulletproof vest on. And I was like, what is happening? Like, what just happened? And like, okay, that's just, you know, like, okay, there's obviously somebody very frustrated, and like, apparently he was just like, I didn't think he would do this, but he got off drive-through and went to the other side of the building. Our building's small, so he went to the other side. In this shelf we had like a couple box cutters. One of them wasn't really work safe friendly, and it was good, those high quality box cutters, like really good. If it wasn't the retractable safety ones. He grabs it, takes the box cutter, goes out the store, runs out the door. And like, so next door we have a ice cream place. Not gonna say the name, but very well known ice cream place. He runs out the door, and there's no doors that you can enter through this ice cream place. It's a drive-through only and like a carry-out only. So he's like, he runs around the building knowing he can't get in through the doors or the windows. Decides to go through drive-through and hop through the drive-through building and through the window. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, goes through the drive-through window. Decides to hop through with the box cutter and starts screaming and threatening everybody that somebody's gonna rob our store, somebody's gonna rob us and shoot the place down. And he had a box cutter threatening and screaming and yelling and like, and everybody was trying to escort him out, but he didn't want to come out, so they called the cops. I look over, like 30 minutes later to an hour, and I saw 3 SWAT cars, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, help us, please. And then, like, I noticed something was wrong when he didn't come back after an hour or two, and then realized he wasn't gonna come back. And the police came in, they started talking to us, they talked to my general manager, they said, have you had anything wrong with him? Is he, like, what's been going on? Like, you know, he just said disrespectful, we never really thought of this happening. And me, I was just running around the entire store, trying to make orders, take orders out, dine-in orders, drive-through orders, telling everybody that it'd be like a 10-15 minute wait because we only have 2 people. What are you supposed to do with 2 people? Like, anyway, So moving on, so that happened. Never returned the box cutter, never came back. Triggers. Anyway, so yeah, needless to say, all that happened once we were done with the shift, and it was my shift over, and I was like, the assistant came in, and I was just like, bruh, you're not gonna believe what happened today. He's like, what happened? Some shenanigans went down. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he runs to the back and he finds my GM under the table, being that he's scared. Like I said, this guy is comical, so, you know. He's like, I'm scared. I don't want to get out here. We're going to get shot at and robbed. So that's the end of the day, but it doesn't stop there. I get a call from the dude. Remember, I told you I gave him his number and all this and that. I get a call from the dude. I was like, hello. He's like, hi, Emily, are you safe? Are you going back to work tomorrow? I said, yes, I'm safe. He's like, oh, well, you know, I don't think you should be working there. Are you safe in your home? I'm like, I'm safe. He's like, is anybody with you at the house? And I'm like, my sister. Can you speak to my sister? Can I speak to your sister? And I'm like, no. Like, I can easily refuse. No. And he's like, why not? And I said, because I'm safe and there's no reason for it. And he's like, so you think I'm crazy? And I'm like, no, I don't think you're crazy. I mean, I understand why you lashed out. He's like, oh, well, this and that, and blah, 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 and like, no, you must think I'm crazy. And I'm like, no, I don't think you're crazy, but I think you need to calm down and think this over. He's like, I'm not calming down. I'm like, just calm down. Just chill. Needless to say, I thought I was gonna get, like, stabbed, sort of, from this kid. But then, like, I also thought I didn't, because I don't think he was after me. I was later told, like, the next couple days that somebody sent a Snapchat jokingly saying how I'm gonna rob the store and shoot everybody down. And needless to say, this guy is just kind of likes to joke around like that. But he took it very, very serious, and there is a problem when you take stuff so serious that it starts affecting you, and then it triggers you, and this is why you don't need to do this. Like, you don't need to trigger people. Like, they can eventually snap out, and, like, you can get stabbed. So, needless to say, this has been, how many years has this been? Probably, like, almost 2 years. It was over 2 years. So it has been a hot second. So I'm just like, you know, working at a different store, different company, different this, a little bit further away from the place. And then it was just a usual day at work, nothing special. I mean, yeah. And I worked for a fast food joint at this point. It still was working for fast food. He comes in, after not seeing him for 2 years, comes in and he's like, hey, can I get, and I'm like, I know you. I know you too. You're Psycho Banana. Nice to see you. And we're like talking little bits in here. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just give this guy my phone number. See how he's doing. Maybe he's okay now. Maybe he's on his medicine. So I actually hung out with this guy. He seems to be doing a lot better. But you guys are probably wondering, why in the world's name would you hang out with this Psycho Banana? And I'm like, well, people like who don't have any friends who are um who have mental issues need somebody there. But like, I mean, I knew I had to keep careful of what I said because it was just me and him hanging out by myself, and I knew I had to like, be in public places, and even though that looked like a couple wise, like, and I don't assure people that we're a couple. I just laugh it off like, but people with mental illness need somebody to be a friend and like need help. Needless to say, though, I haven't been talking to the guy very much, but I'm not cutting people out. It's just I don't happen to talk to you very much. But we're gonna get on to like how I feel about this, and so I feel this is a crazy story, and I thought I was gonna get stabbed, and I thought he was gonna hunt for me. So, needless to say, it isn't that crazy if you think about it, but then again, it was just like, did I really witness somebody just do that? So, yeah. So, like I said, Psycho Banana, I am still kind of friends with him. I mean, I still am like, but thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye, lovey. Guys, you might watch out. Cycles bananas after you. Dun dun dun.